Hi, Dad.
Hola.
Thank you for taking the time to interview with me. I want to ask you a couple of questions regarding this project I'm doing about my childhood and about how I fostered creativity, how I was imaginative, and just pretty much general about my childhood. And we're going to talk about, you know, some things I did when I was younger. We're going to focus, I already did this with Mom, and we focused a lot about school and just memories at home. And you were heavily involved with my sports life, all throughout elementary school, high school, right up until college. You were coaching with me, you were practicing with me, yada yada. You were doing everything revolving sports. It was always about you. So I tried to focus my questions a little more on the sports side. So, but we are going to start off with an easy question, which I did with both Mom and Sis, about if you could pick one memory, what would be your favorite memory or story about me, when I was a kid, family-wise, anything?
Well, there's a few of them, but I remember one. Well, I remember actually a few of them,
Well, you could start with one, then we can go to another.
but one, I don't know if you remember, was in the lake house. We were on the boat
The kayak?
with the kayak, the blue kayak,
I remember.
and we tried to go fishing. We never were fished. We never fished. We don't know what we were doing.
Absolutely not.
And I don't know if you still remember, you actually caught a fish.
What'd I do with it? I don't remember.
Well, I mean, it's not that we are know what we're doing. So what we did is actually I was surprised that you were able to catch one with the fishing.
Fishing line.
Yeah,
Fishing rod, rather.
yeah, and we took him out. We took the hook out of his mouth.
I'm sure I didn't touch anything.
No, actually, you were touching it.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
I was holding it, but you were touching it, and we just throw him back in the in the lake because what we should do with the fish,
Yeah, probably can't eat it.
Well, no, I think you could have eaten, but who wants to clean it and forget about your mom?
I did. Yeah, right. Yeah. No.
So, but yeah, that's a memory. Actually, just I thought, wow, look, we don't know what we're doing, and we got a fish.
Yeah, no, that I don't remember. I'm trying to. I remember going kayaking, and there were turtles all the way on the opposite side, the back right,
there were turtles with the stuff, with the rocks
and the logs and stuff.
Exactly. Yes.
That I remember.
Yeah. No, we did. You caught a fish.
That's crazy.
You
Wow.
did, and then we throw it back in freedom.
Back in freedom. All right, cool. Well, thank you. If you have any more memories, like I told Mom and Sis, just
Well, then these memories, of course, you can never forget. You know how in the back alley, you learned to bike.
oh, that's
To
true.
drive, to bike,
Lots of scrapes.
and then the illegal memories are, driving when you were 14, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
For sure, less than 16. You were driving actually our Volkswagen SUV.
Oh, I thought I was
No.
driving the X3.
No, the X3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're driving the X3, around the neighborhood there, but
In upstate New York.
Upstate, yeah, not in New York. Yeah, that was in Parks in the Catskills.
Yeah.
We had the house. Yeah, of course, I wouldn't do this here.
No, yeah, when there was the population of 10
Yeah.
up there.
The only thing that you have to be careful of there is about ants, but nothing else. So these are little memories.
That is true, but valuable ones
Yeah,
nonetheless.
it was the tournament in Disney are nice memories.
Hang on, we're gonna get to sports. Hang on there. Slow your horses. We but before I do get into the sports, my second question for you is, what are my childhood habits? Or if you could recall any of them.
Well, I don't remember you having like a lot of habits. Yeah, of course you had one or two. The only one I remember is that when you would get up and get ready to for school or whatever for the day. After you left your room, your underwear was one somewhere, your old socks were somewhere else. Everything was on the room. Never put stuff aside or back in the spot where
Away.
it belonged.
Never put it away. I essentially never cleaned up.
Yeah, you can say that, and you still don't do sometimes when you come home.
Hey.
And that's probably like the only one, and probably maybe chatting in the school.
Yeah, Mom and I touched
You know,
upon that a little bit.
That was like a little bit of bad habit, but that's because how you are. But it didn't help a lot for school. But I don't know. I don't think you had any big. I mean, I don't remember any.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. Now I'm thinking about it. You're probably right. But
You were doing a lot of stuff and not just going in one thing that you
Sure.
always were doing.
I was doing a lot of things. I mean, I did a lot of things when I was younger, like sports wise. I mean, I had soccer, basketball, baseball, gymnastics. I did for that one stint. Swimming, karate. What else
Yeah.
Did I do anything else? I mean,
Well,
that's still a ton. I tried lacrosse for that one
Baseball,
day.
did you say baseball? You tried
Yeah.
lacrosse for one day.
That was awful.
Yeah.
So going off that, do you think? So like I just said, I played so many sports. Do you think I should have just played one sport, which my favorite sport being soccer, which I probably would have pursued, or was it good that I did so many? You know, what do you think?
Well, I think that's because what I think because of my, how I did it,
How you were raised
and I really didn't like the way they're doing it over here.
in the U.S.
I mean,
you mean?
yes, yeah, in the U.S. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful when you get exposed in different sports and, you do this and this and this. I think that it is, maybe, if you're doing it for a year, I don't know. But I think choosing one direction,
Was probably the best way to go.
I think it's a better way to go because you concentrate on that and you
I
can,
agree.
you focus on that. If you love it, of course, and I think you can get better because you having more time to do it instead of spring we do baseball,
That's
and
true.
and autumn we do soccer, in the winter we do basketball. Well, three great sport, nothing against it, but if you all do the year-long soccer, I think you will be, you could how you say it, you can get better like that. Use more, skills and all that.
That's true.
That's what I think. But
You're probably right. That's probably what I'll be doing with my kid when I have a kid of my own.
yeah, but
Try it out, and then which one they pick the
Yeah.
best, just to make their level the best they can be. I mean, I'm not saying that it was bad that I did all of them. 'Cause I
No,
don't
no,
think- I
no.
don't
It's
think so.
absolutely not. No. The
No.
thing is this: that if you have really skill in one thing and you don't, and you're just do it just a few times in a year, you don't excel really.
No, I agree. I mean, then I stopped. Well, it was basketball. I remember the travel basketball, and then when I stopped growing, it was then we switched more into soccer. So I think if I would have forgot basketball, also my friends were always playing.
Well,
yeah, that was
the
a
thing
big
is,
thing.
that it's difficult.
It is
It's
difficult. Listen, I'm happy the way my life turned
Yeah.
out. I'm glad I'm not playing soccer at some D3, D2 school, or I'm happy.
Well, I
where
think
am.
you're happy because you don't, but if you would have,
Yeah,
if you
true, it
didn't
would've been a
have,
different story.
You will have, you will have said, oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it would have been a different story. So, going off that, do you think that, me playing all these sports, they help me foster creativity, or maybe not like all the sports in general, like once I got more serious about soccer, do you think that helped me anyway, like evolve as a person?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think all the sports can help, but I think most of them will help, and even if it's a sport, let's say, single man sport or a team sport, yes, sports does help
creativity.
And because when you play, okay, the coach tells
Oh, and
you.
hang on. I'm sorry. I also did tennis for a little stint. Remember at Westside? Forgot
Well,
about that.
tennis.
Yeah. You said single man. Maybe
Tennis also same thing. You know, yes. Before you go to the game, you have a plan, right? Or if it's in sport, I mean, if it's in tennis, it's your own plan that you do your own. Or if it's in a team sport, the coach that gives you the plan. But of course, it doesn't work always like this because games change.
Of course.
And they can go totally different than the coach maybe thinks, or yourself if you play a single team, a single main sport. So then what you have to do? I mean, you cannot do, so coach tell me this and I stay with this and it's totally wrong. So then you have to think of something and create something. So that's why I think, yeah, sports, I believe sports is important to be creative, and you will.
You think I exhibited that?
Yes,
throughout
yes,
my
yeah. It will
sports
force
career.
you. It will force you.
That's true.
It will force you to be creative because you have no time
Game time decision.
to think about it. So
Yeah.
you think right away, you create. You make a wrong choice or not, it's a different story, but you create something and to hope that it goes right.
That's true. That is true.
So totally, sport and creativity, yes, I will say totally go together.
So continuing on with the sports, what do you think my greatest accomplishment was in my sports world?
In the sports world?
Yeah. Or if you can say in general too.
Well, I mean,
like I'm talking like I guess before Disney, like the Disney Cups, like this is about like my it's about my childhood. Like what if any, like what do you think?
well, I mean, in
Before going abroad, playing with like
yeah, I mean, it's as you know, when you were like, I don't know, 7, 8, when you started playing soccer over here, I think the accomplished is like when you win your local tournament, and you know, for you probably this was, you know, great, you know, was something.
Some good memories with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. So I mean, in sport accomplishment, when you were small, and okay, when you were the captain, it chose you as a captain. I'm sure you were.
Pride myself
like
on
proud of
that.
yourself, you know.
Oh, for sure. Those are some good times. Let me tell you. And in general.
Well, in general, I think more it's about.
like
I think accomplishment is learn to riding a bike. That's great, because it's not everybody's. You know, not everybody can do that.
True.
You need, you know,
Had a good
you need
coach,
courage for that. You know, being on 2 wheels. So that's a big accomplishment. From going to college, mostly the one that you choose, you know, baccalaureate, it is a hard school.
Oh, high school, you mean?
High school, sorry.
Middle school / high school.
Right.
Yes, that
High
is a good point.
High school.
With the test and
The test, that was a big accomplishment.
That's true.
And
And that test, then the interview. How many kids were? Like over 1,000 applicants or something like that? About over 1,000?
yeah, it was,
and then
it was not
65?
easy. I
Yeah.
don't remember what it was, but the numbers were like really against everybody. So you had to.
You had to really prove yourself. Also, now I'm thinking about it, we had to, in the interview after the test phase, we had to create, we had it, well, in a group, I remember my partner, we had to do it in a group, we had to create a symbol of New York City, and we had to create that with popsicle sticks. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, what did you? I don't remember. What
I
did
did the Empire State
the
Building.
Empire
Yeah.
State Building.
That definitely took some creativity with some popsicle sticks,
Yeah,
but with
that's,
teamwork, you know, it all worked out since I had a fellow student to help me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
Communication.
yeah, I mean, these are accomplishments that you know. it's not easy to do them. So
I agree. I should be proud of them, and I am.
when you think that something is not easy to do, when you do it, that's an accomplishment. You know,
Agree.
even if it's maybe for somebody else it's nothing, but if you think it's out, that's difficult for me, but you're doing it, that's an accomplishment.
I agree. I agree. It's definitely different for everybody. So, I touched upon this a bit with mom, but not in in the sports setting. But I was talking to her about my social style, which is amiable. If you remember that, which is about being friendly. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Friendly and all that stuff. And I want to know if you think me being involved in sports, and it can be when I got serious because that's still part of my childhood, when I was serious about sports, that if it changed my social style to what I am now, which even though I don't necessarily 100% agree with what I am now, which is the amiable, but do you think I was a different social style being driver, which is what mom is, we concluded, analytical, which is probably what you are, which is detail-oriented, displays preference for order, listens to and studies information carefully, lets others take the social initiative, prefers information presented systematically. Like, as I'm reading that, do you agree? That's probably not me. Probably you.
No, that's totally not you. No.
So then there's driver, and then there's expressive, which is energetic, direct and open, fast paced.
Yeah, that's.
Do you think sports still let me be the amiable, or because I was team captain always, especially when I got serious, maybe I was more of a driver, or as my coach and my father, I think of myself as a driver when I was the captain, but maybe I was an expressive, you think?
Well, I think it's mostly as a soccer player. I don't think for you it make the big difference if you had the captain band or not on your arm, because you are always somehow a driver there, like.
Oh, you think I was a driver?
Yeah, I think so too. That you wanted, what is it called? Do the best.
I was very competitive.
And trying to get the best also for your teammates.
That's true.
So I don't think. I mean, the captain band, of course, they make you more proud and maybe a bit more, but I don't think that this made a big difference on you. You were always like this, even without it.
Always the amiable, like friendly and stuff like that.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Do you think? Oh, here. This is probably the last question. But do you think there was a difference? You might have touched upon this in the last thing, but do you think there was a clear distinction of me being when I was playing, like during games, like on the field and off the field, like with my friends and not like right after the game. I'm talking about just like at home with my friends. Do you think there was a difference between me when I was in that environment or in my game environment? Do you think I was the same, or do you think I was a different person?
Well, I mean, in what sense? Like in still the same.
Yeah, if
being
I was,
liked or.
Yeah, like just
No, I think that more or less was the same. Like you were, you were the same with your friends in the game and outside the game. Of course, inside the game you had a little bit more
intensity,
and sometimes you get mad or but that goes by because you knew that it's not worth it to be mad for the whole game. So, but I think more or less. However you were on the outside the field, probably I think you were the same on the field with your friends. Yes,
I think I can see that,
because they were your friends actually. Your some of them actually were your friends, like your kids' friends.
Yeah, like Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that you were
Brandon.
in a group that you didn't know them, and you just saw them in soccer. You saw them. Most of them you saw them almost every day, or a lot.
True.
Not most of them, but
No, you're right. You're definitely right. Do you think if I played on a team where I wasn't with my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like if I would have went to a more serious team where it was like, you know, I kept my friends, my school friends separate, and then I have my soccer friends.
Well,
you know,
like
my school life and soccer life.
It depends how your friends were, because I think what you test the water first, and then you see if you can if you can swim on it. That means you see first how the soccer friends are, if you actually can get close or not.
That's true. That
But
definitely matters,
knowing you,
relationships.
knowing you,
I probably should have kept it the same. It was good that
I
did
think
that.
you will have no problem and be friendly with
With anybody.
yeah, with anybody, like you were with your friends. And because I mean you train, because you know what a team sport is, that you have relationship with your teammates. If there's no relationship, then it's more difficult.
True. That is true. Well, even though this doesn't go along with the sports, I do have to ask you, because I know you will have a couple words about this, and this will be my final question. So, one of the worksheets I worked on was about my fears. Yes, my fears. And I put down sharks and swimming in the ocean. Because as you know, I'm not the biggest fan, and I currently still am afraid. Even though I know it's completely illogical, but sometimes fears are just irrational like that. Do you have anything to say about that, or do you have anything to add?
Well, I mean, fears. Everybody has fears. If you admit it or not. I didn't even know that you had fears on shark.
Oh, you knew that.
But I know that you don't like bugs,
Definitely not.
even if they're smaller than whatever. You don't like it. If you tell me fears in general, I cannot remember anything besides
Just bugs?
just bugs. Yeah, I mean.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So if you tell me like life fears, it's a different story. But if you have fears like that,
No, that's enough. I figured you were going to say bugs. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. And, yeah, thank you.
Okey-doke.